Hi, my name's Greg. I actually purchased a Starlink RV dish and router and a base stand and cables for taking on the road. And I'm also going to be using it at my cabin. One thing that I noticed right away, I bought the device and I noticed it has really sharp edges on the top and the bottom. So I packed it in my bag and I punctured a hole in the vinyl. So I reached out to Starlink and I said, hey, geez, Starlink, can you replace the vinyl or replace the device? I've only had it for a month. And they said, no, you have to pay $250 to replace it. So instead of doing it again, I decided to take some bags and stuff and some old computer bags I had and make a really nice safe storage device for it. So the first thing I did was I took some boxes from work. It's actually a ThinkPad box. And I took the dish and I took it and flipped it over and said, will this fit in that box? It actually does. So then I took a pen and I traced around it to see how big it was and how that would handle that. Another thing I had was inside, I kept the computer foam that came with the computer. And this actually turned out to be perfect. It's a little short, but it wraps perfectly around the edge of the dish. So my idea is to take foam, wrap it around there, and then wrap it with this Velcro I just got at Walmart. Then I went and got this gear up bag, which fit perfectly for the dish. I had some duct tape here, a pair of scissors and a knife. And then inside the bag, since it didn't have a bottom, I took the cardboard box, cut the ends off, and just folded it down so now it's double thick. And it's actually, you can kind of see as I wrote this on there, it's 13 1/4 by 27. That's how big the base is. So my idea is to take this bag, put the dish in it, wrap the foam around it, and then have a place to store the cables as well. This bag is actually pretty cool because it actually has a pocket that's larger on one side. I think the cable will fit in there. And then it's got a pocket on this side that's smaller that I think the MiFi device will fit in there on the router. Okay, now I got the foam on there. I took the Velcro. It's double-sided Velcro, so you don't have to have any other fasteners. This is kind of cool. It looks like it might fit in the bag. Here's the bag again. The challenge I'm going to have is this stem doesn't actually go all the way down. So they probably did that because of the motors that are inside of it. And this part here doesn't bulge up high enough to allow that portion to go flat. What I might have done is actually cut it up here instead and put the clip here instead of it down here at the bottom. That way it would be less obstructive when you're trying to store it and move it. The other thing about this base is interesting, really sturdy base, solid base. Wide enough footprint, doesn't look like it'll blow over in the wind or anything. It's heavy enough, it's one uniform piece, but if you're actually going to make this portable, it should be collapsible. You can make the exact same device with hinges on it instead, and just make it spring out so it's in the same structure that it currently is. Maybe I should have considered that because now I got to figure out how to put that in with the dish without damaging anything. So let's see what happens. Okay, now it fit actually in the bag perfectly, so that's going to be nice and tight, solid bottom, double cardboard. Doesn't jab the end of it. Now I've got to figure out how to protect the router because I don't want it digging into the bag and tearing up the bag like it did the vinyl on the dish. So I got some bubble wrap from work and I'm just going to put that around it and then probably put some Velcro on that as well. That's pretty cool. It actually did lay down sideways in there, so now I can actually zip it shut. So that's safe. The next thing I'm going to try to do is figure out what to do with the base. I think I'll put the power cord in there as well. I actually think they designed this bag for Starlink. Anyway, the base actually sits perfectly on top of the foam. It does move around a little bit, but the foam's pretty thick. And I don't know if I can attach it to something or not, but I'll see how that holds up. Now the next thing I'm going to try is put the cable in the side. So maybe if I go this way with it a little bit, push it this way. The cable back side is this side over here with a bigger pocket. And I think I can fit. I'm going to try the 75-foot cable first, see if that fits. So I did wind it a little bit tighter than the other cable, kind of fully expanded. But believe it or not, it actually fits too. So if you kind of watch this, kind of goes in the end pocket here, slide it in, and zip it closed. Let's see how this works. So here we have the finished product. Put the strap back on it. This bag here is where the cable is. This over here where the router is. This is the tripod or the base for it, and then I got the foam wrapped around the dish itself. So it should be pretty well protected. Now I can actually just fold the top over it, zip it shut. With one hand, it's kind of hard. And then I can pick it up and take my strap like this, carry it with me, fully protected now. Very little chance of it falling apart or getting damaged. Now I'm going to see if it fits in the front of the Tesla. Okay, things don't always work out like this. This is actually perfect. It fits in the front perfectly. So now I have a fully protected RV, Starlink RV device that I can transport safely without damaging it. Thank you, ThinkPad Lenovo. Thank you, Gorilla Tape. Thank you, Adidas, for producing this Gear Up bag. Thank you, Walmart, I guess. This code. I guess it's just Velcro. Thank you, Velcro. And then the bubble wrap stuff, which is kind of there. And thank you, Adidas, for producing this, again, this cool bag.